Mhm. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of our Mystical Wellness podcast. And this is episode 5 in our Galactic Support series with David Purcell, who's recently returned from the Full Disclosure Now conference. And I'm really excited to spend time with you, David. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. The conference was truly transformative. I got to meet some amazing people, had some wonderful healing, um, got to have some really like life-changing experiences, and it was just overall, I'm so glad I went and got to meet people because for like the week before, I was getting a little anxious and nervous because I'm not much for traveling, and they're like, "No, you have to go," and I'm like, maybe there's something wrong." And like, David, you people are depending on you. I'm like, all right, I'm going, and I'm glad I went because it worked out a lot better than I hoped.
And this is your first time attending a big event, right? So was it
Yeah,
overwhelming?
yeah, and it's as much as it was, it pretty much went without everything I was able to handle. It was just, yeah, there was some problems when I got there for travel, but that's nothing too big, but we figured that out real quick. And then, yeah, it was just first day I get there, I'm running on pure adrenaline because, trying to get everyone done. I'm driving through Florida at what apparently seems like 85 miles an hour because that's what everyone was doing. And I can handle that, but the car I rented, wanted to kept braking and telling me not to. I'm like, no, you can't brake right now. I know how to handle these kind of people. If you brake, you're going to get hit. And I'm like yelling at the car to stop it because my other car doesn't do that. So it was a little bit of a tug of war for that one, but everything went well. No incidents would happen.
So it was such a great conference. So I had a live stream pass, so I was watching it the full 4 days. And it's great to see everybody that we know kind of getting together, some of them for the first time, because
Yeah.
everybody's spread out all over the world. And people coming from like UK and Australia and all over America. It was so lovely. I had some weird experiences myself. So what was it like for you?
Um, well, when I got to meet everyone, my first surprise was that's what they look like with the legs, huh? Because because of the
That's
Zoom, we're
true.
all
It's like
like
you
this,
see, you see just
yeah,
this
from right
bit of
here to here.
everybody. Yeah.
Oh, so those are what legs look like.
People are going to be shocked when they meet me because I'm really small. Really, I'm like 5'1". So yeah, you're not going to expect me to be so little. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was funny because I wasn't we had the I was expecting to speak for like one night for the super soldier thing. Get there, we go, and Brian says first day, or I think it was second day at this point. Uh, David, go up there and start speaking. I'm like, okay, Brian. We had a panel. We're talking around, passing it to everyone, trying to
Yeah,
make
but
sure
like
everyone.
12 people on that first SSP panel. I wasn't expecting so many super soldiers in
Neither
one
was I.
place at the same time. That was massive. Yeah.
We kept trying to push up all the chairs. We had to like rearrange everything. So,
Yeah, I saw all that going on the live stream. You getting
oh,
the
they did.
chairs out. Yeah, I could see it all. Yeah, right there with you the whole time, which is a bit creepy. But yeah, it was amazing. And I had a reaction on that, the kind of Montauk discussion. I had a physical reaction. I had a memory that came into clarity. Did you have any experiences like that during the panel, or were you okay?
Um, well, I didn't have any well, there was a couple people that I got to like flashback of have memories with, and they're like, "Where do I know you from?" And I'm like pointing up, and they're like, "Ah, we'll talk afterwards." And but it was, yes, it was like that, and I got to meet some people, and they remembered me from different parts and different stages, and they were like, "Oh my God, that was you!" And we were like, "It was, yeah, it was all that," and it was like, it was just a good time. I mean, some of the stuff I can't share just because they've asked me not to, but overall, it was deeply transformative.
Yeah, for me, I've always had this kind of safe space in my mind, a beautiful lake surrounded by like fir trees, a cabin on a lake, and that's always been my safe sanctuary. And I've always wanted to own a cabin on a lake. And then when Amaria Sweet was talking, Road Dragon was talking, and she was singing the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And it was all about Susan Long sharing that song with everybody to let them know that there was a sanctuary space by the lake at Mount Shasta, and that people we should flock there in the astral realm or whatever it was. And I had a realization that that's that place that I've been visualizing for the last 40 years. my On Golden Pond vision from the movie, that's when I first got that memory back, watching the movie. So when I had that realization, I was just so overcome that that was what I've been visualizing for 40 years, was that collective memory that we all had in Montauk of let's all escape there. That's our safe space. Let's go. And it was quite overwhelming for me when I realized that that wasn't even really my memory. That was something that we all shared. And it was quite moving. It was quite a big wake up for me, because I don't have a lot of memories from Montauk. I've just got some scary ones that I haven't really shared with people, and that's it.
Are you going to go when you're able to travel?
Yeah, I'm going to go. I've always wanted to go to Mount Shasta. I've been drawn to Mount Shasta for sure, but I thought it's because of the Violet Flame and Saint Germain and Lemuria and that kind of thing. I didn't realize it was because of that. And it makes me think back to, there's an episode of Voyager, which I know you're not really into Voyager, but Seven of Nine, when she was in the Borg cube, when they would regenerate, her mind would go off to a landscape, and everyone's minds would go off to this other land. And they had relationships and they had interactions, and she had a boyfriend. And that came in one of the episodes. And I always found that really like drawn to that. And I guess that's what we had. So we had the real world where everything was awful and torture, but then we had that other world that we escaped to, like in the ether and the astral. Yeah, that's insane, isn't it? So I'm still dealing with
the world
that.
you're talking about is one that might have been created by us for us as a safe space. Not like, if I want to be clear on this, some of the people that I've talked to and have memories of are able to create dimensional spaces. So they may have taken that Shasta idea and decided to work with that and go into that. So the Shasta that you might be seeing might not actually be the physical Mount Shasta. So just be aware of that one.
Because in my vision that I've always had in my mind, I always saw the water, I always saw the trees, but I never looked over and saw the mountain. Never. And that was my safe space. But if I just looked over and saw the mountain, I would have known where it was, but I didn't. So for me, it was always a dream, something that I wanted to create, a place that I wanted to purchase or whatever. So that was a big moment for me when she shared that song. And it wasn't so much the song, but it was what she said about let's all go to that place. And that was kind of encoded into the song. And so for me, that was a big moment. Yeah, that was my first real big Montauk moment. Yeah. But I had other weird experiences. I did pass out a couple of times, especially watching Penny Bradley. I passed out in the middle of her talk twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was some weird energy going on there. I got to speak with Penny. She was very polite and heard me out and answered all my questions, and I'm very grateful I got to meet her and thank her for helping me, because she had clarified some stuff for me, which will not be made public, but it did help me in the long run. So thank you to Penny for that. But she had an amazingly high energy. It was weird. Because like I said, there were a couple of times where I and some other people were being triggered. That's, you go to these conferences, it's just going to happen. I'm sorry to say that. I mean, fortunately, we had good people to get everything back on track, but that's just going to happen when you have this many people going together. Because like the first, when I'll give you a first example. When Draco was speaking, I kind of went into a little bit of a trance, and I was trying to write down notes, and I ended up writing the Knockwaffen symbol, drawing that. Then the message was kill the fucking traitor. Uh, it took me like a few seconds to pull myself out of that.
Wow, that's intense. So that's like some programming coming in.
Yeah.
Some
And
very
I wasn't,
programming. Yeah.
I wasn't the only one, because you see, if you, because I looked around and there was a couple other people who were just like shaking their head trying to come out of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was the message. And I talked to Draco about that, and he goes, "Yeah, I heard that message." And I
Oh,
was like,
really?
"Yeah," and I was like, "Well, yeah, I heard it too."
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I was fixated on him and it felt like it was 3 hours. It really did run over quite a lot, but it was really good. And I was just amazed by Drago. And I know we have like a connection, but the amount of recall he has, the amount of detail he has on those altars, you can really see how much work he's put in the last 10 years and
Yeah,
what kind of pain he's put himself through as well to get that information. It was
yeah,
really powerful. And I'm just at the start of my journey, and he's like, so far ahead. And I'm like trying to catch up and find things that we have in common. But I was just blown away, absolutely blown away by his talk.
yeah.
And it looks like he should be coming to the UK later in the year as well. So I'm really excited about that. because Miles Johnson's having a conference in December, and Drago's put on Facebook that he's going to be a speaker, so that's amazing. I feel like I've manifested that, so I'm really happy about it. But yeah, he had a really powerful talk, a lot of detail, but he seriously could have talked for 5 hours non-stop, and we all would have just been like gobsmacked. It was a really good talk. Yeah, I didn't pick up on any kind of nefarious messaging coming through for me, but I was on the live stream, so it feels like that was something that was local to you guys.
Yeah,
um
no, well,
yeah,
like I said, we had a couple, let's call them agents that were there for disruptive purposes. And we were able to basically figure out who they were, and some of them, it was said they didn't even realize that they were being, it was like someone was using them as an amplifier or a base, but they were not aware of what they were doing. And as soon as the people got onto it, they kind of stopped and they were like, what
yeah,
happened? We're like, you were being used.
yeah, that's a real hazard, isn't it? That's a possibility. You know, the lots of things going on that we're not aware of. And last year, I think people talked about there was a hotel across the street that was just full of like agency and handlers and things like that. So yeah, that's going to
Oh,
happen.
they were there too, but
Yeah,
it got to the point where every time we saw one of them, we said, hello, hello, come on over, talk with us. And like, it got to the point where they were just literally trying to scurry away without even talking to us anymore. Because
yeah,
that's how you have to do with that kind of stuff. You have to confront them, let them know we know what you're doing. It's
yeah,
not okay. If you want to talk to us as human beings, we'll talk. But this is
yeah.
not, this is not okay behavior.
Wow,
And for
that's
the most part,
intense.
things kind of got better. I mean, there was a couple other instances. I mean, the crystal skull thing was kind of a problem, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
yeah. So I guess we'll talk about that for a little
Okay.
bit. So I think this is day 3 at this point. You're gonna have to be a little. My memory is a little hazy on how everything
Yeah,
got blurry together. But like day 3, they're passing the crystal skull around. Now we're waiting to go into the conference. We're in between lectures, and they hand us a crystal skull, and people like, ooh, ah, shiny skull kind of thing. And I touch it, and instantly there's like nothing on it. It feels dead. Like there's nothing in it. But then all of a sudden I start getting energy going up my arm. Then everything turns purple. Like I feel like purple just flowing out my eyes. And after that happened, I looked at the skull and I saw that there were beings in it. One was a gray, and I realized that this was a collective. And like I said, we're in a hallway, and there's like lots of people. A couple other people had mixed reactions to the skull, but if we had like just stopped for like 5 seconds and just shared what we had put to each other, we would have all realized that skull was a problem. Now, I want to be very clear on this one. The man who had the skull, I don't think he did anything malicious. I think it was an oversight that he didn't understand how much it needed to be cleared as opposed to the general clearing that he did. We found out later from other people that that skull was some form of time prison, and then the entities in there wanted us to break it because apparently if they would have been broken, they could have just gotten out.
like a
So
genie in a bottle kind of situation.
yeah,
Oh, I see. I mean, I know they do a lot of work with their artifacts when they get them because they do a lot of clearing work on them and they spend time with them to decode and communicate with them. So I know that happens. So
yeah.
yeah, so
I
it's
think this
really
was I
interesting
think
how
this was
that was.
just I
Yeah,
think this was just because they had a lot going on and they didn't do like the full due diligence
yeah.
because apparently it needed a real heavy cleansing. I mean, they
Mm,
probably just gave it a surface level one, which I'm not
yeah,
faulting for, but just be careful for anyone when you find any kind of artifact or anything like that. Make sure you
yeah,
really, yeah, because and Audrey was telling me that she felt like it was trying to rip off people's arms, the energy. Um, yeah. And she was Audrey was also telling me that the Greys showed up the next night and were telling her, you go find more of those things. And I told them, I says, are they going to pay for it? And then they got all kinds of annoyed and left. I'm like, travel's expensive. I'm sorry to say.
yeah. We can't all just go to Mexico and start digging up, and
Yeah,
but I would love to. Would love to. My friend Joshua Shapiro, the Crystal Skull Explorer, but I think his exploring days are behind him now.
yeah.
But yeah,
So,
but
but
wow.
yeah, the thing was, it was it was causing problems. Plus, we also had a couple of people that were attacking. or being attacked. Then we had some other stuff, but we all managed to pull together. Overall, I met some truly amazing people, some really good friends from up there and new ones as well. And then,
I
yeah,
know that the energy by day 2 and getting into day 3, one of my friends got such bad psychic attack that they went from being really high vibe to I want to leave this place, I want to do this to myself or whatever.
yeah,
And I was literally like, what the hell? Snap out of this. This is full on targeting. I can see it straight away. Sending in some energy, getting someone else to do sentinel, send in energy. But there was definitely high vibe targeting going on, or low vibe targeting, but it was a real like targeted attacks going on. Yeah, for
oh yeah,
sure.
yeah, I got hit too.
Oh yeah.
I, I got knocked out for a while. I mean, I literally had to go like lay down and recover for a little bit.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of times where I got hit with me and another person got hit with I don't want to I call it a negative attack.
Mm.
And I had thought that, this person, who I'm not going to say names because he asked me not to, I thought we would be, friendly or something like that. We're instantly repulsed by each other.
Wow. Okay.
And it almost got to the point like we had to walk away because it was about to get violent.
Whoa.
And as I'm walking away, I'm like, no, no, like he talked to me like that. How dare he do that to me? And I'm like escalating to the point where I literally just stop and go, why am I getting so pissed off? This isn't me. And I took a
Yeah.
few minutes, went back to my hotel, cleared everything out,
Yeah.
ready to
Like
think.
this isn't even my energy. This is someone
Yeah,
else's energy that's been put on me. Yeah.
that happened. So,
Yeah.
and as I'm, coming out of it and just relaxing and
Mm.
putting myself together, I heard a voice say, "Are you a puppet or a sovereign being?" And I said,
Wow.
"I'm a sovereign being." And he goes, "Well, then go back to the conference and have some fun." And I was like, "Fine, I'll go back to the conference and have some fun because I want to, not because you told me to."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, I know because I mean, I do a lot of events, but they're usually 2 day maximum. If it was 4 days, I'd need some quiet time for myself because everyone's empathic. You're mixing in with everyone's energy, and you've got like what 50 to 100 really powerful people there, right? For me, that
Yeah,
would
then
be
you're dealing.
overwhelming. So I'd need quiet time anyways.
Well, and then on I think it was day, yeah, I want to say Thursday. Something like, I guess from everyone being in the SSP and all their
Mm.
memories started leaking out,
Wow.
and the energy got really bad. Like to the
Yeah.
point where like I was watched it in a conference and I'm like, I can't be in here. I gotta leave. I'm sorry. And my friends are like, you do what you gotta do to protect yourself. I says, make sure you're shielded. I'll come
Yeah.
back in a little bit and see what's happening. And I wasn't the only one who noticed it. There were
Yeah.
like the moods were changing, some of the facial features were changing, the eyes were changing.
Okay. Yeah.
But after a while, everything went back to how it was good stuff. So I want to
Yeah.
commend everyone for doing their part and not giving into that crap because that
Yeah.
could have gone bad.
Yes, I mean, bringing the energy back up. So the forest people being there, I really loved that introduction with the Sasquatch, the Bigfoot, the forest people did, and I thought it was really beautiful. And to be able to be surrounded by that energy at the conference must have been amazing. How was it for
Oh,
you?
okay, so speaking of the forest people,
Yeah.
so we first started with saying this. So this was my first vacation in a very long time. I went to Florida where the conference was, and I left and was having a good time. Day two, I wake up in the middle of the night, and right next in front of my bed is a reptilian person, and he's literally goes, "Where did you go?" And I literally said, "I go, did you follow me to Florida? I mean, like, seriously, you guys have wanted me gone since I moved here, and you literally came to Florida to find me." He goes, "We didn't know where you went." And I'm
That's
like, "Get
insane.
out." And Audrey could verify that because she was also talking and everything. And she's like, "David, why is there a reptilian guy here?" "I don't know. He followed me all the way from a thing."
I love
And
it.
so I got him away. And then I look over and Audrey is, well, she's in her thing. And there's this little bonsai kind of forest creature just sitting on the edge of her bed, just twirling his little feet, going la 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 la. And I look over at him and I go, "Listen, I have rules about disturbing my sleep. Don't make me do this." And I look right over and his mother's going, "Don't you touch my baby." And I'm like, "Tell your baby not to mess with my sleep." And so that's the difference between me and Audrey. Audrey will have these great experiences with these beings. I get the angry parents or the warriors of
Yeah.
blood revenge or something like that. That's why I'm like how I am. I mean, if they're generally going to be
Mm,
peaceful and respect my boundaries, yeah,
mm.
I'll talk to them. I'll learn from them. But if they're going to be anything hostile, I'm not dealing with that crap anymore. You really have to be boundaries on that one.
Yeah.
As far as the forest energy people, I
Mm.
got to do I did 2 interviews with Chris Jacobs of the lifting. Truly him and his wife Joanne, I think they're married or not, but whatever, truly wonderful people. And the first one, we were because I was talking to Chris and about my experiences with Sasquatch, and anyone who knows anything about Chris knows he deals with Sasquatch. It's just that's what he was talking about. And they did a interview because Audrey and the other guy wanted to go for the costume contest. So we did it one interview first, and Audrey did her first channeling. Which was very good. She channeled a fairy folk and I believe a dolphin, which is interesting. And then after that, after they left, the Sasquatch, who his name is Hajimal, who I've been dealing with, is literally standing there going, "Oh, I thought I was going to get to talk and have an interview or something like that, but I guess not. I'm not that important." I'm like, "No, no, no, no." And so me and Chris are like talking to him. He goes, "Would you be interested in it?" And he goes, "Yeah." So Chris did a channeling of Hajimal with me and his other Sasquatch, and I have never laughed so hard in an interview. The two of them are just bickering back and forth. Um, and the room was full of Sasquatches. Like they were like 4 Sasquatch, like young juvenile Sasquatches sitting cross-legged and on the other side of the floor. Then there was some forest folk, and then there was a female Sasquatch who was guarding or like making sure the kids were well behaved while the 2
Yeah.
Sasquatches were going back. And he answered all my questions. And Hajimo
Mm.
agreed to well, he wanted to train me a while ago, but I didn't have the attention span or the
Was it
patience.
the same one? Was it the
Yeah,
same one that you visited? Oh, wow, I didn't realize that. That's amazing.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. Okay, so he's just been waiting patiently for you. That's so nice.
Well, yeah,
I felt like I did have a juvenile come and visit me. I felt like there was a teenage Sasquatch, maybe female, that came into my room. So I wanted to
yeah.
ask you about that at some point. Yeah, that's amazing though. Yeah,
Well,
sounds
yeah, and
good.
so as of like last night, I'm going to bed
Mm.
and I noticed that my room's starting to fill up, and I'm like, "What are you guys doing? You know my rules about this." And they're like, "We're just saying hi." I'm going like, "Uh-huh. You know I have rules about my sleep, right? My room." And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And we just wanted to know, you said and at first I thought it was the Sasquatch that Chris talks to. No, he identified himself as a friend of that Sasquatch. And I says, "Okay, you need to leave now." And he started to get like a little bit mischievous and boom, just threw him right out. And he's like, "Okay, wow, okay, so you really are no fun." And I'm like, "Yeah, no fun when I'm trying to sleep, man. Just rules. If you want it to be peaceful, we'll talk in the morning or
Do
after I've had time."
do they sleep?
I don't honestly know that much about them. I
No.
know, like I said, I up until that time I actually encountered the Sasquatch, I had no
Mm.
interest in Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Like I saw the movie Harry and the Hendersons when I was a kid. I realized that
Yeah.
he wasn't going to eat them, and I didn't care about it
Yeah,
afterwards.
I love that movie. It was so good.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't see the movie. I saw the
TV.
episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Hacksaw Jim Duggan was on there. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, yeah. See, I had an experience when I was small, like maybe 5 or 6 years old. So
Uh-huh.
I wanted to try and get and find out if that was a Sasquatch that was in the bushes there that I had an experience with or what, because it left me with a fear. Like I know something was there. And then for years I had that fear of the green man. And now when I look back, I think it was a Bigfoot. I really do think it was a Bigfoot experience. And
Sure wasn't a Green Man.
no, I don't think so. I think it was a Bigfoot. But it was on
Okay.
a farm. But I'm here in the UK, so you think, oh, like, how many Sasquatch do we have in the UK? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know their numbers. Like I said, I know
Yeah.
very little about them. I'm interested to work with them, or at least
Mm.
Hajim will see how things go.
Yeah.
I think that'll be good. I'm trying to get myself prepared for that one because one of the
Mm.
things he said was it'll be up to him as how far he'll channel it. And I've tried channeling before. It didn't go well. I found entities that weren't who they said they were. and things got a little bit messed up and I got kind of sick for a while. I mean,
Yeah.
one time I tried to channel my spirit guide just to see what would happen, and the person I did trust. Now, she came in and she was inside me and she was trying to do automatic writing to communicate, except for one little problem. It was our first time actually syncing up. So my arm is literally flapping all around while she's trying to figure out how to move it to the point where it's almost hitting me in the face. And I'm like, stop, 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 stop. This isn't working. She's like, you know what? This isn't working. So we took a break and we were
That's
just
so
like,
funny.
yeah,
I
like
love
my
that
arm is
thought,
literally going
honestly.
just all over the place.
Yeah.
And she's like, how do you move this thing? It's so heavy. And I'm like, this is what it's like having a body. It's been a while for you, hasn't it?
That's mad. Oh no,
Right.
I would really like to do more with the Sasquatch for sure. I'm really excited to hear how you develop with that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to be a good thing for me and you to talk about.
Yeah.
Because I spoke to the little bonsai creature type thing. It's not what he is. Again, I suck at names. That's why I can't really get one. But he was like, yeah, I definitely want to work with you too. And I was like, cool, because she's going to want to have questions. And she goes, I know. And I'm like, can you or your mother or someone, can you bring someone who could have answers with us? And he goes, I'll try. He goes, but that's up to you whether you can perceive me or not.
Okay, that
And
sounds good.
I'm
Yeah.
like, we'll try that, but I'm like, I'm kind of like right, like at my level right now. And they go, yeah, yeah, you did a lot. Because like it was so weird. I was so high energy, like there was just so much energy around me. I didn't even get sunburned.
Oh wow.
And I was outside in the beach in the water, and I was like,
I'm surprised
nothing.
by that. Yeah.
And I was
'Cause
just,
you're pretty
and
fair. Yeah.
I mean, hell, I get sunburned walking to the car from my house. It's just, but no, nothing happened. And it was
Hmm.
just um, when I got back, I was so energy because I hadn't slept the night before.
Hmm.
What had happened was my flight was around Saturday morning, around 7 in the morning, but Friday night there was some problems coming. I was completely exhausted. Like my energy
Yeah.
is like out of it. So I'm like, you know what? I just going to spend the night in the airport, and I just needed an open space, no rooms, and
Yeah.
AC and quiet. Fortunately, the airport had that, and
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
so I stayed there for.
Did you notice any time disturbances in St. Pete's? Because a few people have talked about it, like they've seen repeating things happening, like the same person crossing the road, or it seems like maybe it was in its own little time loop. Did you notice anything like that?
No, no.
No.
Because what had happened was, I think day two after we did the opening conference and whatever, I had recognized someone that from over there. I'm not going to go into names because I don't have that permission to do this so yet. So I was so happy to see this person. Unfortunately, this person didn't know anything about this. So kind of was an emotional couple days, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you knew." She goes, "No, I knew nothing about this," and I'm like, "I'm so sorry."
So you like outed somebody and they had no idea that you had a connection? Oh,
Yeah, but as we're
wow.
talking, she goes like, "They're like, why do I have that memory?" And I'm telling her about what that memory was and everything, and she's like, "Oh my God, my whole life," and I'm like, "Yeah," I'm like, and I'm sitting there realizing, going, "I really screwed
Amazing, though.
I really
Yeah.
screwed this one up." And fortunately, when I spent as much time as I did what I could, fortunately Draco was nearby, and I went over and I'm like, Draco, listen, I screwed up royally. I thought this person was further along. She had no knowledge, and she's kind of having a really hard time. Can you like
Yeah.
help me get back to this? He sat with her, he talked with her, and we got through it. And over the next
Oh,
couple days, we became really close friends.
yeah. That's amazing. I mean, you and me, it took us what, 2 weeks really to kind of connect in. And then, but as soon as you said, for me, that was it. I just could see it. I knew it. It was there. I could feel it straight away. So, yeah.
I mean, that's what I was doing because there was more people that I recognized, but
Mm,
I learned my lesson about going slowly with that one, and like putting the brakes
yeah.
on that one because I'm not doing that again. I just like,
No. I actually had a client today and she suddenly, I thought it was like a regular client. And then she came out talking about her partner who had SSP connections. And I kind of asked my pendulum, was there a connection there? And then I had to say to her, are you ready to know if you have? And she's like, no, I've never really thought about it. I was like, okay then, just like I'll leave it there.
that's a
Yeah.
oh, what you said about are you ready to know? Make
Yeah.
sure you ask that before you start going, I haven't seen you since those missions. Oh, you remember the stuff we used to do? Yeah, you were a monster too. Make sure you do that first.
Monsters together.
Yeah.
Yeah, not everyone's ready. I mean, if someone had said to me 2 years ago about the stuff I do now or the stuff I know now, I wouldn't have believed it at all. I just wouldn't have.
Same with me. Same
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah, I would have loved the idea of it, but to actually know that that's true and feel it through the body, wouldn't have been prepared for it at all. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and the
it's a slow
person,
process sometimes.
and
Yeah.
fortunately, the person was very, very strong, and we had a lot of good people around, and beautiful
Yeah.
scenery, and some alcohol, and that really helped
Yeah.
get it through it.
I mean, you know what? That's the best place, isn't it? That can get a better container than that with all
Yeah.
those veterans there to really support. You know, that's a perfect place to get your memories back, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't worry, don't worry. You know, if it wasn't meant to be, it wouldn't have happened. Right?
I was told that by a couple people, but I'm like, that doesn't change how it happened, though.
No, but one of your jobs is to activate people, and you know it is. Yeah, the same like me. Things we say, just our presence activates people. Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
part of the job.
but there were a couple other people towards the end. I'm like literally holding my hand in front of my mouth, going, "So, do you want to know anything? Are you able to handle anything?"
Yeah.
I'm like literally biting my tongue.
Yeah, even the sound of my voice and the energy that I emit activates people, puts them into a state and things like that. So, you know, you never know. It's gonna happen. Yeah.
And
Don't feel
it was
bad.
weird. People were like, "No, I have no memories of you," or something like that. And I take off my glasses, and they're like, "Holy shit, it's you!
No,
Who are you?"
no. It's gonna be like that with me. So when I take off my glasses, people will just be like,
Yeah,
ah,
yeah.
yeah.
As soon as I see them, I'm getting my memories back.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a picture of me when I was small, because one of the things that Drago said was that when he was in Montauk in the Toronto Dumbs, he was a Japanese boy. And he said the name of his altar, and I instantly knew that I shortened it and said it a certain way. So I knew I was there because I knew I'd seen that kid. And then I was trying to find a picture of me, and I looked very Asian when I was little, like dark hair, little bob. And I thought, oh, I've got to find that photo and see if he gets memory of it or something. Yeah. Yeah, mad, eh? Oh. So that's, I mean, that's great about the forest people. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I did my interview with Chris and Jay, and it was one of the best things I've ever
Yeah.
done.
I
Some of
really
the
loved
presenters
hearing from Valiant Thor, and I know you got to have some special time with Valiant Val Thor, didn't you?
Yeah, see, prior to this, I didn't think he was real.
Mm.
So people need to understand, as much knowledge and stuff as experiences I have, I generally don't watch any of the ET stuff out there because I don't want it to influence my decisions. I like anything I want happen, I want it to be just because it's my own experience, not because somebody else influenced it and I brought it out that way. That's generally how I do it. I mean, now I have to realize that I do
This
have
is
to
why
learn.
I want to read people's books, but I don't want to read their book because I don't want it to influence my memories that I'm trying to call
Right.
back. So it's quite tricky, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And people were like surprised, like how much stuff I'll know in one area, but they're like, how do you not know this person? I'm like, and I explained that to them, and they're like, I guess so, but they give me that look of like, they have this amazing look of me, like, oh, you're this amazing person. And you're like, but you're missing that basic knowledge. Seriously. It's like, it was a weird thing from that. It's like, really? Okay. And that's the same thing with when I was talking to people. We would be sharing stories and swapping stuff, and they would have like these. You could see it in their face, the awe they were having me. But then when they were talking to me, and I would screw up their names, they were like, "How do you not know my name? I just told you my name like 4 minutes ago." I'm like, "I am so bad with names; it's not even funny." And they're like
One
to the
thing
point.
that I noticed that nobody knew each other. And I was watching some of the videos and things like that, and there's people that I know because they're on the Typical Skeptic and all the other shows I know, and there's somebody else going to them, so what's your name? And I just thought it was hilarious because I thought these were really famous people to me, and to see other famous people not know who they were, I just thought that was mad. But by the end of it, everybody was like proper family, soul family again. Yeah, it was mad. Yeah.
It was just because like we were talking about the conversation, and I was end up trying to describe someone, talk to them, and they were going like, That's not their name at all. And I describe exactly what they would look like, and like, no, you're not even close.
Yeah,
And I'm
you're
like,
not good with names.
no. So,
Photos of people. This person.
yeah, but it was just like they would have these like truly like, wow, this guy has so much knowledge. He can't remember my name. It's like it's a high low.
Yeah, I like to
And
shorten people's names. I like to give people nicknames as well. Or I just
yeah,
remember people's handles. That's it. I just remember their handle. And people use my handle as a name now, so it's fine. But
yeah.
yeah, that's how I remember everyone. Yeah.
Some of my favorite presenters, which I'm gonna screw up his name. I'm so sorry. It was the one about trauma and healing from altars. He did a really good job on that one. He was trying to bring more of the traditional mental health into the people that have to deal with this. Like, because the traditional mental health doesn't
Yeah.
acknowledge all the stuff that we went through. So they're coming at it from half the problem, and he's like, no, no, this is the source of it. You have to deal with the source.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I
not
thought that
sure
was,
if I saw that one.
uh,
I'm still catching up on some of the replays. Yeah, but they were all really good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
interesting.
one was that was good. Like I said, I got to meet some people who I wanted to meet for about a year. I crossed basically everyone off the list, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Uh, and it was weird because I had people coming up to me, recognizing me, which is I'm not used to that at all. And they're like, "Can I take your picture?" And I'm like, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, yes, okay, so.
You're famous.
And they're like posing, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what do I do now? And it's like, and then they're just coming up to me and talking to me, and I'm like, this is weird that people are actually coming up to me and talking to me and listening to me, and we're sharing.
Yeah.
Like, it's exactly what's supposed to happen at the
You need
conference.
to get used to that, don't you?
I spent
Yeah.
most of my life alone and not being talked to, so I got used to that.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a lot of people know me because I do a lot of Facebook lives and things like that, and I do shows all over the UK, but I don't know them. And so then I'm like assuming that I should know these people because maybe they follow me and they know everything about me, and it gets uncomfortable sometimes. And some people say to me, "Can I give you a hug?" And I don't actually like to be hugged or touched or anything like that. But
Yeah.
in that moment, I have to say, yes, of course you can, because that's, because I get people that follow me around the country and say, this is the crystal that you gave me 2 years ago in that talk. And this is how much it helped me and all that kind of stuff. And you think, wow, okay, I've had an impact. Well, that's the job, isn't it? That's the work that we're meant to do, is
It,
influence and impact in that positive way. Yeah.
it's interesting that you mentioned about the being touch part or shaking, because
Mm.
we over here we have to like shake hands, and I was never much of a shaking hand to
Yeah,
begin
yeah.
with. And I will say that was the only thing I really enjoyed about COVID, the not shaking hands and everyone staying 6 feet.
Exactly. Yes.
That
I
was
loved
it.
it.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
fine for
I
that
loved
one.
it. I loved actually
But
wearing a mask and being anonymous like a ninja. So I guess that's the SSP stuff coming back into me for me, but I felt really confident.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm not a big hugger. Even my family, I'm not, but of course, if I only see you once a year, then yeah, I'm going to give you a hug. Of course I will. Once a
yeah.
year.
I mean, unfortunately, the they were doing construction there too, so that's not how you generally want to wake up in the morning with
Oh,
angle
wow.
grinder or banging on the thing.
Yeah.
But overall, the staff was tremendous. There were times that you could definitely see that they were visually annoyed with us,
Yeah.
but I want to commend them on their professionalism. Thank you for that. I want to say thank you again to Brian and his people. You put on an amazing performance. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
to the
Brian's
people
awesome.
who
Yeah.
showed up and we got to meet with you and talk with you. Thank you so much. I can truly say I won't forget this ever.
Yeah. So you going to go back next year? Because I'm hoping to be there next year.
Yeah, I plan to. Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be in the same location. I've heard Brian talking about another location in Sedona where he's going to be doing something else as well. That's really interesting, maybe getting out to Sedona.
Mhm.
Personally, because I know that I've had lifetimes in Sedona, which were not good. I'm a bit hesitant about the idea, but
Last time I
yeah.
went to Florida, I nearly died.
Oh,
I
wow.
I literally drowned in a pool and from some stroke. I
Yeah.
saw the white light of the tunnel. I was running, took off running. I saw my spirit guide. She literally sat in front of me, crossed her arms, and went, "Go back." She didn't call me stupid, but she was thinking it.
Oh dear.
But I come back to and I wake up and there's a lifeguard and a bunch of people around me, and he's going, "Dude, I'm so glad you woke up because I did not want to carry you out of that pool."
That's the problem I've got at the moment, because I've got one leg in a cast and everything. And I have to get paramedics to come and carry me down the stairs in my house. You know, I'm not light these
I
days.
hated doing
Oh,
lift calls. I hated doing lift calls.
yeah. Well, I've got to
Well,
do this tomorrow. I've got to crawl down the stairs, and Tuesday when I get back from Glastonbury, I'll be trying to crawl up the stairs. Well, hopefully my friends. I don't know. I've got access to my knee now. The cast is a little bit lower, so I could probably use my knee, but it's not going to be pleasant. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I remember when I was an EMT, or I wasn't an EMT. I was doing a ride along. A ride along is when you go around to see if you can handle what you're going to be doing. So
Yeah.
we get there. We had a call. The first call was a pediatric child fell off the bed. He was kind of lethargic. He wasn't moving. He hit his head or anything like that. So we're driving to the hospital, and all of a sudden, the EMTs digging vitals. She's there with the mother. Everything's fine. All of a sudden, the AAD machine, the shock machine, starts powering up. No one touched it. No one looked at it. It's just going, prepare to shock, shock advised, shock advised. And so she's like telling me, turn it off. And I'm like pushing, I open it up, turn it off. I hear the driver yelling, "What are we doing? Are we pulling over?" Because if you ever see an ambulance pulled over, it's not a good thing.
No.
Something so that you have to do it. You can't get a reading when you're driving. So if it's pulled over, it's not a good sign. So I'm like pushing the cancel button. It's not happening. The mother at this point is freaking out because this is thing, whatever. So the EMT tech come over and she just hammer fists it and it stops. So we get there, the kid's okay. We get to the hospital, and at the time, I see which was another fire station's heavy rescue crew. And then these are big, strong guys, all of them looking around. And I'm like, I get out and they take the kid inside. I'm like, what's going on? And they said, oh, they're bringing a 600-pound plus woman in. I'm like, I have to see this for research. And stuff like that. And the tech tells me, he goes, "You were not lifting that at all. You were here just to watch." I'm like, I ain't lifting 600 pounds. I can tell you that right now. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Today I was actually working out how much I weigh. It's definitely not 600 pounds, but it's not good either. So.
No, 600 plus pounds. That's what.
Oh, wow.
So unfortunately, they had to cut her out of their house. So we're waiting for a couple of minutes, and then there's this. The ambulance rolls up, and keep in mind these are big guys, strong firefighters. They're used to it. The back door is open, and all these big, strong men just do this. Oh, oh boy! And they brought her out, and unfortunately, she didn't even look human. She was so bloated.
Wow.
The only way, I mean, I can't go into descriptions for obvious reasons, but she didn't look human.
Yeah.
And it was just such a, like, for someone to get to that stage, like, it was just so sad. And it was just, then we left and went everything like that. But yeah, usually, the reason I mentioned that is because you mentioned your had to be lift assistant.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hated doing those because they're always in the top corner of the building, in the back. All the
Yeah.
way, and there's always a flight of stairs that does not fit the stretcher.
Yeah, my stairs are really, really steep, so I've had to have a rescue chair come in. And
Yeah.
then when they came to get me yesterday, the first set of paramedics had like a track they could put me on, and I'm
Yeah,
all
they have those
strapped
now.
up. Yeah, but the second set of paramedics did not have the track. They literally had to lift me. And yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
light these days, so they
Yeah,
had to
no,
lift me
no.
up. And but I'm so glad that that ability is there, because for a year, my family and friends have been saying, "What are you going to do? How are you going to get up and down the stairs? Oh my God, how are you going to have the surgery?" But I just kind of knew it'd work itself out. So I'm really thankful to the paramedics here in the UK that that kind of thing is available. Because my stairs are very wide, luckily, but they're like outdoor stairs that are inside, so it's like access. So yeah. So, but this weekend I'm going away, so I can't exactly call the paramedics. I've got to try and get down the stairs without putting my leg down. So I'm going to have to kind of bump my way down the stairs, and then coming back up, I'm going to have to like commando up the stairs or something. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm staying in a house in Glastonbury, and I don't even know if it's suitable now, because when I booked it 4 months ago, I had no idea I was having this surgery. I didn't know when it was going to be. So I'm definitely going to be sleeping on the sofa for sure. I've got a wheelchair and things like that to get me around Glastonbury. And I love Glastonbury. It's such a healing space. I'd rather be there than here. But it's going to be tricky for my friends. But there's 5 of us, so we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been challenging.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, what else has been going on with you?
I've been trying to work on getting my YouTube channel going, coming up with
Yeah.
design for that. Figuring out how I want to structure it, what I want to do.
Mm.
So if everything goes according to plan, it should be up by end of August, early September at the latest. And hopefully that'll work out until YouTube decides it doesn't like me anymore, then I'll move someplace else.
Exactly, yeah. Because there's not that many videos of you on YouTube. I've looked, and there's lots of other David Purcell on there. There's not that many of your videos. I feel like some of them have been scrubbed off, but I know there's
Oh, they
lots on
definitely have,
Rumble.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
loads
so
on Rumble, because you've got your typical skeptic, you've got your Nate Gray, and you've got our ones. I still need to upload some of ours onto my Rumble as well. So
right.
yeah, let's set up your Rumble as well, so you've got a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I plan to use YouTube more as just the open door, and Rumble will
yeah,
probably be the base one.
yeah. Me
But
too, me too.
for right now, YouTube is still probably the most popular one, so that's where you got to go.
Yeah, yeah.
You had also mentioned something about Substack.
Yeah, so Substack is great. So a lot of the authors and a lot of people in our community are using Substack. You can write short posts, you can do articles, you can host an audio feed or a podcast on there and things like that. So you can have subscribers. So I've got a monthly subscription, which is like $8 a month or something. And
That's not
that's
that
how I
bad.
do. Yeah, no, well, that's my people pay me. So you can put whatever you like. So I know Typical Skeptic, his is like and Laura Eisenhower, theirs are like $4 or $5 a month that their subscribers pay. And then the subscribers get special features. So my guys get the Zoom links for my 3 evening groups that I do a week. So they get access to 12 Zoom groups for like, $7-8 a month. And that's how I do all my Zoom links. So it's only for paid subscribers, but I still have loads of free content. So everything I do basically goes through the Substack. And I link my audio from the Substack, and I take that audio feed and I put it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and all these other things. So it's a great little base, especially if you've got your story to tell, you've got information to get out there, or you're writing a book, and you can put snippets of it all on the Substack. So it's a great place for authors. And loads of people in our community are on it. So Olivia James, the Grey Mouse, is on it. I follow her. Soma Arara is on it. I follow her. So yeah, there's quite a few of us on there now. Yeah, it's really interesting.
So, what was your favorite part of the conference that you saw?
My favorite part, I'm a little bit biased, was Drago's presentation. And I'm not just saying that because he's my dad, but I was blown away by the amount of detail that he had, how prepared he was, and everything. I did enjoy. So I enjoyed loads of it. I really enjoyed Sean Bond and Isha. So when they were doing that meditation, which was like an upgrade, I completely passed out halfway through. But that was still like the first day, so the camera wasn't fully set up to see the screen. But luckily, I was telegramming like the crew, like saying, "Please, can we move the camera?" and things like that, and they were really responsive. So by the next day, it was all sorted. But Anisha's one, she's saying, "Keep your eyes open and look at the screen, look at the artifacts." And I couldn't, so I was just, I was eyes open, and then suddenly I woke up, and it was like an hour later. So I'd literally passed out and had an activation. So it was amazing. So I definitely want to listen to more of her work. I want to find more because her voice is very enchanting. And I love Sean Bond. I do a lot of things with Sean Bond. For me, he's like my personal go-to now for having activations and things like that. He's helped me out a lot this year. So I really liked theirs. And I caught a bit of Laura's. She was very good. Miles was very good. Is it John Charles? His was good. So there's only a couple that I missed, or I didn't watch the full amount, because there's quite a lot. On that live stream pass, there was a lot of content. to go through. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I just love seeing everybody. So I follow, because I follow all the socials as well. I love seeing the video clips and the typical skeptic side interviews. Loved all that.
Yeah,
And
it was really nice to get to see Rob in person.
yeah, it was great. I mean, because I'm a moderator on his channel, so when he was doing things early, I was able to go on because I was awake, whereas the other moderators might have been asleep. So I was able to catch the early things and moderate on the channel then as well. So I really, yeah, really enjoyed that. Some of the videos which were like just out and about were not the best, but I know he did a lot of side interviews that were good as well, as some in the hotel room. James
Yeah.
Bartley, I got his interview that he did with Rob, but I don't think I caught his live talk. Or maybe I got a little bit of it, but he was very good. Did you meet James Bartley? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I met him, and I think I'm going to be doing his show next week or something. We're
Oh,
trying to figure it out.
brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
If
And I
it's the right person I'm
enjoyed,
thinking of.
yeah, I mean, I enjoyed all the panel stuff. I was a bit like there was a couple of people who were a little bit outrageous, and I was a bit kind of, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that shocked me, that particular person. I don't think I'd ever really watched their stuff, and he was really outrageous. So that was interesting. But I just love seeing all of it. So next year, hopefully I'll be there, and I'll have a table, I'll have a booth, hopefully be on a panel, or Brian and I were talking about doing a talk, but I might just be on a panel, I think, because it's my first one. But yeah, I'm excited
I
to
think
be
that'll
out
be
there.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, my favorite one was the healing. My favorite part was honestly just getting to meet people and share experiences.
Yeah.
And I got to talk to somebody who also deals with mantises. And he's like, yeah, and we're comparing mantis stories, and he's like, yes, that and that. They do, yeah, and they don't get that. And I was like, finally, someone who gets me. It's like I don't have to start from beginning. He's like, oh, you're here too.
What was
Yeah,
it
so
like meeting Christy Campbell? Because she loves the mantids as well. So what was it like meeting Christy?
well, Christy is an awesome person. She ended up giving me one day I got like particularly attacked really bad because they were just looking, and she gave me a healing, some Reiki.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, so she's a Karuna Reiki master. She's very powerful. Yeah.
And the weird thing was when she put her hands on my back and started giving me this Reiki, I saw like a golden diamond appear, and inside there was a marking. And like the more she touched me, the more it grew in brightness and stuff. And then she was like, "How's that feel?" I'm going, "I don't know what you did, but you put something on my back, so thank you." And she like touches my arm and go, "Oh, your arm's really messed up." I'm like, "Yeah, I messed that up a couple months ago. It's just acting up now." And she's like, "Oh," but she gave me the Reiki, and that was really good. I got to talk to her for a little bit. I would have liked to talk to her for a little bit longer, or some of the people a little bit longer, but there was just so much. We just don't want to like overwhelm each other.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to have a look at that Tesla bed? Because that looked quite interesting, and a lot of people were raving about it.
I didn't get to see that one. Audrey had an experience with that one. She went on, says it was very good and everything like that, and she went on to say some other things about it, but those she'll talk about it when she's ready.
Yeah, I think she said on her channel that she had an activation maybe when she was on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I don't have any. I've got a crystal bed. I've got a bed that's like a mattress that's all made of crystal chips, and it heats up, and that's pretty awesome.
I
I
have a
use that
mattress
in my
made of springs and
therapies.
padding.
The crystal bed is really hot, and it's like, oh, nice.
Oh
And
no, no,
very
no!
healing.
I want my bed cool. I'm sorry, I generate too much heat as is.
Yeah. Um, did you buy anything at the conference? Did you buy anything?
Did I buy anything? No, but I was gifted some stuff.
Oh,
So,
cool. Yeah.
so that stuff is very important to me, and
Yeah.
it seems to actually be working. Now, had I wished I did buy some stuff now that I got home, I'm like, damn, I should have bought that. It's like,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that happens afterwards. It's like, I should have said that. I should have bought that. Why didn't I do that? But
yeah, there look like there's some really interesting booths there, some really nice handmade stuff, and yeah.
I did get to meet a truly impressive healer. I will say nothing but good things about her. I went there because, like I said, I was waiting for like I was gonna get like a massage, but the other one was busy. So she's like, I can start right now, and she did an energy healing on me. And we just started out and nothing happened. And she starts talking, and all of a sudden, I'm transported back to a different lifetime.
Wow.
Apparently, in this lifetime, I was befriended by these people. It was mantises. Um, they cared for me, they loved me, and I betrayed them with a smile.
Wow.
Yeah, it didn't go well. They said I took their lands, their water, and carted them off in chains with a smile.
Oh, wow.
So I felt like horrible about this, and they
Mm.
called me a bunch of names, and because I had to work through their anger, I'm like, fine, I deserve that. That's fine. We'll take care of that. But
Mm.
afterwards, it literally came full circle, and they were able to forgive me. It's like, we understand it wasn't you, but it still fucking hurt us that you did that to us. I'm like, it hurt me to do that to you too now. And they're like, good. Now
You
we
know what
help.
it was? It's your cactus smile, isn't
Really?
it? Funny that you chose that name for your handle, and then you're saying this happened. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But afterwards, they showed me what they want from me. Like, we want you to be doing your art. That's what you need to be doing.
Mm.
And they got really into it. Like, oh, see, this is what you could draw right here. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I'm bawling at this time. Like, I'm crying all this emotional stuff out. And the healer's like, you're doing great. You're doing great. And I'm like, it feels horrible. She goes, that's part of the process.
That's mad.
But yeah, I got to release, and I think this person, I'm pretty sure in a few years is going to do something really big for humanity. I'm proud to say that I watched this, and whatever she's
Yeah.
going to be doing, I have a feeling within a few years, like she's going to be really helping humanity. Like 10,
Do
15
you
years.
do you remember their name?
Yes, I want to say Eve. I want to say Eve.
Well, maybe we'll fill it in afterwards.
Yes, I'm
And we
like
can try and link her in.
98% sure it's Eve or Eva, or I'm gonna go with
Okay.
that. I'm gonna stop with those
I'll
two.
probably be able to find her on Facebook.
Yeah, she's gonna do something really amazing in the next few years. And like I
Yeah.
literally know, like 10, 15 years or whatever, when humanity finally calms down, they're gonna
Yeah.
look back and go, that was the one. That was the one who helped us.
Yeah,
So,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
I wanted to share with you something that happened to me this morning, actually. So I woke up, I'd had a quite vivid dream, and I don't normally have vivid dreams, but what woke me up was a scene that just kept repeating itself over and over. But it was as if my mind was made of circles, like little circles, and the circles were creating a scene, like a comic book in a way, where I could
Right.
see there was like a big Iron Man type super soldier. There was me in a halo suit, but I could see it was me, and there was other people there, and the scene just kept coming and coming, but it was all circles. The whole scene was circles, as if the circles were just opening up and more information was coming in, and it kept repeating, and I sat up and I was literally like, for God's sake, stop it. It just wouldn't stop. So one of my friends said she thought it was a screen memory that had been implanted and was just replaying. Do you feel the same? Because it was like I
I'm
was literally awake and I could still see it coming into my
I'm,
mind.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm like completely like done today for psychic stuff. I
You're
got
still
like
you're still resting.
No, I was actually fine until last night.
Yeah,
I had like a really, really messed up dream, and it just still wrecked me this way. I'm really hoping it was a dream and not that I was on
yeah.
mission or anything, because that really shouldn't happen anymore. But
Okay.
I,
You didn't dream about a place that was all rocks and water pools, did you? Because I did.
no, I dreamt about
Okay.
killing a bunch of people.
Okay. Okay. Well, mine
So,
mine was similar, but it was lots of rocks and water pools. So
oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
yeah. But the weird thing this morning is just coming at me, but it was like all circles in the as if it was like rippling balls of imagery. It's really bizarre. Second time
Yeah.
that's happened to me this week. So I think I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
whether
Yeah,
it's implanted.
I had that happen to me a couple of times. I know what you're talking about now.
Okay.
That's not so much screen memory as some of the alters are letting stuff go.
Okay. Okay. I can deal with that.
So
Yeah.
that's what it was for me. I don't know for you, but for
Yeah.
me, it was more of like some of the alters, like, look, this is what we had, this is what we did, and they were like, it was like kind of like an obsessive thought circle.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean,
Yeah.
you could just write it down, give it a little bit of love, then that should be fine.
Yeah. I'm trying to make a list of all of the aspects of me that I'm aware of. I'm up to about 12 right now. So that's interesting. So yeah, I just need to dig into that.
Oh yeah, and it was funny. The woman that was doing the healing on me, as I'm
Mm.
having this experience with the emotions and everything like that, there were two dragons that start flying around me.
Mm.
And I'm seeing the dragons, and she's like, "Yeah, I can see them too." And we're both describing the dragons, and I'm like, "Oh,
Wow.
good validation. That's so nice to see if someone else is
Oh,
having a
that's
validation of my
amazing.
hallucination." Yeah, and one of them, I'll be cool. One of the dragons got a little attitude about him because
Mm.
they're dragons, but
Yeah.
it was just a overall really great experience. Truly transformative.
Mm.
And yeah, it's just but by Friday I was just like completely like numb. I was like I mean,
Yeah.
well, because Friday like I was so out of it that I actually tried to leave early. Because
Yeah.
there was so much energy. It was just people were just, I guess everything was leaking out, or just the conference was tired. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I tried to find other flights out, but they had no flights.
Oh wow. I think
So
4 days might be too much, you know. It's a lot of people, a lot of energy, a lot going on.
yeah, I mean,
For
I'm
for a
very
lot
glad
of
I
us that
went.
don't even leave the house, that's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
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 I'm
it
the
is.
same like you. I'm at home like 80% of the time. So yeah, yeah, it's a lot. Hmm. Interesting. This has been really great. Thank you for sharing your
Well,
experiences.
thank you for having me.
What do you think we should talk about next week?
Hopefully by then I'll be doing some channeling and work with Sasquatch, and we'll update that. Maybe you can
Yeah,
even get him to talk to you and answer some of your questions, see where that goes.
yeah,
Because I was going to ask you if you would mind helping me deal with some of the channeling, because I have a feeling that if I channel, I don't know what's going to be going on. So I kind of need
sure.
someone to
Yeah,
ask the questions or
yeah, I can
make
do
sure
that.
everything's who you're supposed to be.
Yeah, I can do that. I have experience doing that as a rescue medium as well. Yeah.
Okay, because like I said, because when I spoke to him, he said it's up to him how far he channels, which
Yeah.
implies that it could be pretty deep. And I was like, if it goes, I've seen gone deep, and like they have no memory of what's going on, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of a control freak at this point, especially after my just regaining
Yeah.
everything
No,
in life. I'm
that's
like,
fine. I've worked with other trans mediums and stuff, so I'm okay. I'm comfortable with it now.
right.
Yeah, I can do that, no problem. And plus, I've had lots of psychics go into meditation and they always are gone. And I have to literally go in and get them and stuff like that. So we should be okay. We'll have a practice and see how it feels.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to like put it up, and if I'm start spazzing out or anything like that. So none of you people are going to see that, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I won't record that. Or we won't share it.
Yeah,
That's
that'll be the
fine.
practice one.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.